Welcome back to Reading Weird for God. This is episode 3. I want to read something from a really old Sumerian poem. Seriously, it is more than 4,000 years old. The poem is about the death of the legendary Gilgamesh, the king of Uruk in Mesopotamia. As I read this, I would like to ask you to keep your eye out for anything that indicates who wrote this poem. Again, the question is, who is the author of this poem according to the poem itself? The king has laid himself down and will not rise again. The Lord of Kalub will not rise again. He overcame evil, he will not come again. Though he was strong of arm, he will not rise again. He had wisdom and a comely face, he will not come again. He is gone into the mountain, he will not come again. On the bed of fate he lies, he will not rise again. From the couch of many colors, he will not come again. The people of the city, great and small, are not silent. They lift up the lament. All men of flesh and blood lift up the lament. Gilgamesh, the son of Ninsun, lies in the tomb. At the place of offerings, he weighed the bread offering. At the place of libation, he poured out the wine. In those days, the Lord Gilgamesh departed, the son of Ninsun, the king, peerless, without an equal among men, who did not neglect Enlil, his master. O Gilgamesh, Lord of Kalub, great is thy praise. So, who wrote this? We don't know, do we? It is anonymous. It really just simply does not say who its author was. Now, what if someone were to read this and conclude that the author was none other than Gilgamesh? Gilgamesh? You might be wondering, why would someone read this and think that the author was Gilgamesh? Well, it's a good question, and ultimately there's no really good answer because there is no reason to conclude that the author is Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is the one person who this text lets us know cannot be its author, since it actually describes the death of Gilgamesh. The reason why Gilgamesh could not write this is, that should be pretty obvious, I shouldn't need to describe why this text could not have been written by Gilgamesh. It's because he was dead. Enough of the Gilgamesh text, I think we all see where that's going. It's time to look at another text, Deuteronomy 34. And I want to ask you to do the same thing. As we read this, keep your eyes open for anything that might indicate who the author of this text is. Again, who wrote this according to the text itself? And Moses, the servant of Yahweh, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of Yahweh. And he was buried in a valley in the land of Moab, opposite Beth Peor. But no one knows the place of his burial to this day. Now Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eye did not grow dim, and his vigor did not flee. And the children of Israel wept over Moses in the plains of Moab for 30 days. Then the days of weeping and mourning over Moses were complete. And Joshua, the son of Nun, was full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands on him. And the children of Israel listened to him, and they did what Yahweh commanded Moses. Never since has there arisen in Israel a prophet like Moses, whom Yahweh knew face to face. He was unequaled for all the signs and wonders that Yahweh sent him to do in the land of Egypt against Pharaoh and all his servants and all his land, and for all the mighty deeds and all the terrifying displays of power that Moses did before the eyes of all Israel. Does this say who wrote it? No. It is anonymous, just like the Gilgamesh poem. Now, what if someone were to read this and conclude that the author was none other than Moses. Wouldn't that be weird? The reason why this could not have been written by Moses is because he was dead. This is starting to sound pretty familiar. Anyway, I shouldn't need to explain this. It's pretty obvious that Moses could not have written this. It's because he was dead. Yet, strangely, the traditional view within Judaism and Christianity is that Moses did write this. If you are one of those people who holds to the traditional view that Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible, including this passage, is it possible that you have a theological bias that motivates you to read this passage using principles of interpretation that you wouldn't use when reading any other text? Thanks for sticking with me through another video. If you're interested in learning more about who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible and the question of whether Moses was the author, I recommend reading an article I wrote called The Mosaic Torah. There's a link to the article in the description box below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell to receive notifications for all of our new uploads.